Welcome to Weighted Averages. We did an average with just a list of numbers, but what if we wanted to find the mean and we had a really long list with a lot of duplication? If we had a list of 5 zeros, 8 ones, a couple of 2s, maybe 3 2s, oops, a couple of 5s, an 8, and a 12. Got the same digits in the last video, but we've got a lot more repetition. That'd be a pain to type all those in. So maybe when we click the Stat button and go into Edit, we have List 1 and List 2. If you've got anything in there, let's clear those out. Arrow up, click Clear, arrow down. Now I'm going to enter 0, 1, 2, 5, 8, 12. In the List 2 column, I'm going to list how many times I want each of those repeated. So I put a 5 across from the 0, an 8 across from the 1, 3, 2, 1, 1. These numbers in L2 are just telling us how often we're repeating. Now when I want to run my statistics, I'm going to click on the Stat button again. I'm going to arrow over to Calc. And this time, I'm still going to use one var stats. I only have one variable. My other list is a frequency list. So when my calculator says one var stats and it asks for my list, I'll tell it where I put my numbers. I put them in L1. To get that, I would type a second and a number 1. For frequency, I'm going to tell it where I put that frequency list. I could have put it anywhere. I put mine in L2, so I'm going to type a second and a 2 to access L2. And then I'm going to enter on Calculate. This time, my X bar is 2.2. The sum of my list, it added all 5 zeros, all 8 ones, all 3 2s, etc. It tells me my list total is 44. It squared each of those and added it, and got my sum of squares to be 278. The number of elements that I added were 20, even though I only had 6 different digits in my list. It had to count the frequencies of how many times those digits were repeated. So the sum of that L2 column is 20. And if we go on down, it's going to tell me my minimum X is 0, my median is 1, and my maximum is 12. Sometimes you have percentages. Let's consider a situation where we have the values 28, 35, 42, and 50. Maybe these are salaries in the thousands of dollars. And 27% of our population is earning in the $28,000 bracket. And 38% of our population, 16% and 19%. And we want a mean of salaries. So I would put the first column in L1. I could even put them in L3 and L4 if I wanted to save that data, because I have 6 lists in my calculator. If we put that into our edit, and we hit stat again, arrow over to calculate, one bar stats, and our list is in L1, our frequency is L2, we calculate, and this time it tells me X bar is 37.08. If that was a salary, it would mean $37,080 was my mean salary. Tells me the sum of the list is 3708 because we're adding 0.27 times 28, 0.38 times 35, etc. Gives me the sum of squares. It won't calculate the SX, it will do the sigma X, but we haven't talked about those yet. It tells me the number in my list is 1 because 100% is just 1. It gives me the minimum X, my median, and my maximum X. Now you can do weighted averages, and you can use actual count numbers as your frequencies, or you can do percentages, just convert them to decimals. And that's it for weighted averages.